Have you hit record yet, Trev?
As you said it.
You just hit record then?
Yeah.
All right, so this is live. We're live?
I need to ask on behalf of the audience. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Why do you ask?
Because you brought notes.
I'm fine.
We've been doing this for nearly 14 years.
Yep.
You've never brought notes. Okay, we normally sit down to a blank page and then quickly write out what we're going to talk about. That's as good as our rundown goes.
I'll tell you why.
You came with a piece of paper with some notes on it.
Let me tell you why. I was sitting at home,
bored,
busily writing stuff for Tech Guide, but I was also doing a bit of a stock take on all the products in my house that I have yet to review.
Yeah.
And it was an alarmingly high number of products that
I'm closed.
I'm thinking, Christmas gift guide review. So I was going through it, and the piece of paper that I had I torn it in half to make more room to fit more stuff on it. And I thought, while I'm at it, I'm going to just make sure we talk about this on the podcast. Both this proper show, or they're all proper shows.
You've literally never done this before.
Okay. Well, haven't I?
No.
I think I might have.
I'm telling you.
Normally, I'm a mental note guy, and normally, you know what? I didn't really need to do that because the stories are on my website anyway, and on yours. So I just happened to be in the process of writing the lists, and this was part of that procedure. So
are you a regular list maker?
No.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my wife Joe is an absolute list champion. She loves lists.
I've said if we have an argument at home about I haven't contributed to the cleaning or something, I'm like, just write a list. You write a list and say, get these done.
Yeah.
I'm on it. I'll do it.
I need direction. Is that what you said? I need direction. You tell me what to do and I'll do it. Is that
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm the same.
But I'll do it here. So I've had a busy week last week, so I knew that I needed to focus and, what have I got to get done?
Yep.
And so I just I've got to do this, and this. Now, do I achieve those things in one day often? No. But it actually then focuses me the next morning. I'm like, right, this was written yesterday. I need to get it done now. You know what I mean?
So do you normally do that or not? You said you normally
I do it a lot.
Yeah.
I've got a list. I've got a booklet over there.
Here, mate.
I've got a booklet that says stuff, but it's a different S word. Stuff to do.
Yep.
Than Amanda
I can understand. And do you being a tech man and all, right? You don't use your reminder on your phone?
No,
are you
I've
a
never done
tactile list writer
for
pen and paper?
Actual getting stuff done.
Pen and paper.
So that's a I would call pen and paper a 24 to 72 hour window thing.
Right.
Longer term things like just what have I got on the if I'm going around, which I'm doing at the moment as well, going what have I got, I'll write all that in Apple Notes or Google Keep.
Yep. Mine's on a physical piece of paper that I can look at every day, that it's there in my eye line.
Yeah.
So I can see it.
I have used the whiteboard as well. I've just written stuff on the whiteboard.
Yeah, I used to have a whiteboard, but I got rid of the whiteboard when I got the Amazon, the Echo 15. I put that up
which
there.
is another screen you could use for this same purpose.
That's exactly right. But no, that is. I just happened to be there. It just happened to have a pen in my hand and a blank piece of paper, and I just thought, no harm in writing this down. So yeah, my mental faculties aren't compromised at all, if that's what you're wondering. I'm still sharp as ever and still have back my memory against yours any day of the week.
Thanks very much.
But,
cheers. Yeah, good.
Yeah, but no.
What about
my list is up here, mate. Even my calendar. I like my calendar.
No, that's a hard no from me.
I can remember what I need to do each day. I can remember that.
Mate, if someone, I'll often get a phone call and if PRs could track me on a map, they always call me when I'm in the car.
They can if you want. Find mine.
You ring me in the car, I'll almost always take the call, even a number I don't know.
Yep.
And if they go, have you got a minute? I go, I've got 15 minutes until I get home, so go.
Yep. Okay.
The best is David Wolf, who also I got 32 minutes, and he will take that full 32 minutes.
Yeah,
because it's as if to go, you know what? I'm going to take this 32 minutes so no one else gets any of it.
Yeah, he's got a lot of clients. He's got a lot to talk about. Good on you, Dave. Shout out, mate. But when I get a call and I'm writing, so I'm at home, I'm in the middle of writing a review or something, and I get a call, and I'm never rude ever. Never ever rude, but if I'm busy, I'll say, I just want to. I said, okay, I've got a couple of minutes. I'm writing something now, so I don't quite say get to the point, but okay, what can I do for you?
Yeah.
What can we do? And I know that look, it's just in their nature. There's the small talk, which is good, and I participate. But at the end of it, I just say, okay, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to know? And where is it? What is it? They're the kind of things that they need to come across in these quarter calls.
I think small talk is earned.
Yeah.
Like if you're
But it's just be polite, though.
if this
polite.
is the first time we've spoken,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
No.
Just tell me why you're ringing, okay?
Yeah.
But
No,
if we've known
it's
each other a
courtesy,
while,
mate.
we've had back and forth over time,
Yeah.
I'll small talk the hell out of it.
It's courtesy. I understood. But it's just courtesy. You know, people.
Oh, yeah, so I'm not
Yeah.
courteous. Fair enough. Yeah, good. Whatever.
That's right, Trev. You should hear what people say about you. No,
I don't care.
But
I saw
think it's a good. I've got a nice phone manner.
I was watching
My phone manner
I was
is
watching
friendly.
a TikTok this morning. There's a miner welder in Mount Isa called Isa Mine Life.
Minor welder. Does that mean he's under 18 or he's a
No,
miner?
he's a miner. It's in
Okay.
mining
Gotcha.
industry.
Gotcha.
Big grey beard, really just rough as guts, true Aussie, right? And he was actually giving criticism of another woman's who's a miner welder as well.
Uh-oh.
Welder in the mining industry is probably a better way to put
That's
it.
probably better.
Getting good criticism of some sort of soppy video she made. Anyway, he because he talked about comments and people trolls, whatever. He said you should never worry yourself with what anyone else thinks of you. Like, what does it matter?
Yeah, you don't. No.
What does it matter?
Matters zero. Yeah.
Like,
Matters
I'll
zero.
still engage with you on in the comments, but
Will he ever? Will he ever? Will he make an X
Um,
comeback? That's what I want to see.
no.
X comeback, mate. You know
No.
what? I reckon you should say, listen, for the one day only, I'm back. Come at me. Just put it out there.
I mean,
One day only.
as I still go there probably twice a week because
Yep.
there's a couple of people that still DM me there and their sources, and it's like, man, I wish you'd.
Yeah, right.
I've been like, can you WhatsApp me? But they're like, I don't want to give my phone number. Oh, Jesus Christ, whatever. Telegram, just do something else.
Yeah, right.
But
They're not on
so
Threads?
I still go there.
They're not on
No.
Threads? Yeah.
Um,
How much are you engaged on Threads? You're nowhere near as engaged on Threads as you used to be on
oh no,
Twitter.
fair bit.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah?
You just don't see it. I don't. Like sometimes stuff blows up on
You don't
Threads.
repost much stuff, do you?
No, no.
Want to promote the podcasts
I
that
don't,
you're involved
mate,
with.
because
You
I'm a
don't
stats
repost
guy,
them.
right?
Yeah.
No one's clicking.
One day they might. One day they might. You know, it's like lots of things. You got to keep pitching up, otherwise, you know, you don't get nothing happens. You know, it's.
Hi,
you know,
Joe.
You know, you the squeaky wheel gets the oil, mate. You know
Hi,
what I mean? You know what I mean? I remember my dad, God love him, used to say, like, it's like, you know, when there's a big Powerball draw or something, right?
Oh, mate.
And
I
you know, you're
one in a
astronomical
bazillion chance. Yeah.
And my dad used to say, he goes, you know what? I know it's 47 million to 1, but if you don't have a ticket, you got no chance at all.
You miss 100% of the
You
shots
got
you
one-
don't take.
Exactly right. So that's what I'm getting at. Okay, you gotta be in there to be considered, and that's why the reposts, they can't hurt. Can't hurt. It's not going to make it worse. The only thing you could do is
I
make it
rarely
better.
see them on Threads, to be honest. I
'Cause
see them. I
that's
see
what
them when I
annoys
log on.
me.
I see them when I log on to Twitter
Okay.
because they're like the notifications. But I'm like, I'm not going to start
No,
resharing there
I
because
don't care about
that'll
that
make
one.
me active
I don't
again.
care about that one. It's the Threads, because every time I because your @address on X is different to Threads, and every time, just out of courtesy, I put it in there. Got to put the little AU after your name and get it right. So, you know, I'm making the effort, but, you know, someone else isn't participating.
Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I've just got some. I've just got some.
Don't worry
What's this?
now.
No, what's this?
Don't worry now.
Where are they?
I'm going to get all
Mate, I
these
get so many
notifications.
messages. Where are they? Look at these. I don't see any.
Look in your.
Oh, they're replies. Hang on, no, it's a different.
Yeah,
see, it's a
mate.
different column for me.
Don't do it now.
It's a different
okay.
column.
It's okay.
Where are they? I don't see anything. What are you
all
talking
right.
about? Oh, it's only one day ago. Oh, hang
Yeah.
on. Hang on. I found one.
Electric car one. Last week's Two Blokes.
Repost.
Last week's movie podcast. Hello. 3 a week.
Done that one.
It's
Done that
great
one.
podcasting.
No, there's
Watch
Stephen
Trevor
again.
watch
I
Trevor
didn't kill my
reposting.
wife. Here we go. Done. Don't know why you said that, mate.
If you want to know why I said that, tune in to
Episode
the best movies you've never seen.
655. Okay. Is there any more I should do now? I didn't realise how upset
But
you were
you-
about it.
Well, I'm not upset about it.
Well, now- no,
I
but-
go to the trouble of naming you. I
Yeah.
name drop you.
Okay, all right.
Something.
But can you just bear with me and understand that I look here most? So I ignore the for you thing. I look at following and
So
replies.
how do I get your attention in the for you in the proper? How do I do that apart from name dropping?
I just need to look here more.
So what? Okay. Oh, you got a little setup, have you?
I'm gonna change it to mentions.
Have you got TweetDeck instead of have you got ThreadDeck
What's
or
the
something?
Threads website? I don't know what you're
Okay,
talking about.
all right.
But I've changed that column to mentions now.
Okay.
Okay?
Very nice.
All right?
Just want to be seen, mate. You know, just want to be heard. That's all.
So much effort. Anyway, that's
Anyway, you got to. The theme of this is you got to pitch up, or if you don't pitch up, you get nothing.
And so Stephen's angry at Trevor, and we're going to resolve that offline.
I'm not
and
angry with you.
Stephen's memory is completely fine, even though he wrote notes for the show for the first time in the history of Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Yeah, in 656 episodes.
He brought notes.
And for the record, my mind's fine. I'm not angry at Trevor, and it's all good. It's all good at home as well.
On that note,
we're all good.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech
Not a bad price.
with Trevor Long from EFTM.com
Really handy device.
and Stephen Fennick from techguide.com.au.
you're right, it is me that says not a bad price.
Yeah,
That's the first time I've properly listened.
I'm a handy device. Yeah.
Say it again.
I'm a handy device. That's me, handy device man.
I'm a handy
Because
device.
I get that sent back to me so many times on social media. People say, "Oh, is it a handy device?"
Episode 656, thanks to Netgear and Arlo. We appreciate their support. They are great supporters and sponsors of Two Blokes Talking Tech, and we'll tell you more about them shortly, and we hope that as a follower and listener of this show, you are supporting them by
support the great
buying their products when
who
you're in the
support
market.
us.
Not
Yes.
suggesting you just go and randomly spend money, but if you're in the market for Wi-Fi, get some Netgear. If you're in the market for security cameras, get yourself some Arlos. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. We wouldn't be dealing with these companies if they weren't the best.
Yeah.
They are pretty good.
Picture tells 1,000 words or something like that. What's the story? What's the quote?
A picture tells 1,000 words. Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't sound right.
I think it's about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Where
Finally,
are you going with this?
Facebook realizes that now.
Yeah.
See where I went with that?
Yes. Now I know where you're going.
In 2012, Facebook purchased a company that was just all in on facial recognition and face matching, right?
Right.
In some point after that, they introduced this thing where you could, if you uploaded a photo to Facebook, me and a mate, it would suggest to that mate that they should be tagged in it.
Yeah.
And
recognise them.
in 2021, they killed it because there was way too many people complaining about it. They were worried about the regulatory concerns, privacy, and all that stuff around it, right? So we know Facebook knows how to recognise a face, which begs the question, why can't they recognise celebrity scams? And we've said this for a long time. And last year in October or November, Gina Reinhardt sent a letter to Mark Zuckerberg about this with scams that have been up for a long time and not taken down.
We're talking years here.
And Andrew Twiggy Forrest has taken Meta to court in California, in San Jose.
Before the courts, that one?
They've had approval to continue in court.
Right.
Meta wanted to take it to a higher court.
Yep.
So it's a problem, right? And the problem we're talking about here is celebrity bait scams is what they call them, which is where you're on Facebook scrolling through and you see Tracy Grimshaw selling you cryptocurrency.
Chris Hemsworth is onto this
Health
stuff.
supplements.
Yeah.
Carl Stefanovic lost all his money. Don't do it. You click here so you don't lose yours.
Trevor Long with penis enlargement. No.
Oh,
Maybe not. With even electric cars. But you get our drift. And a lot of people are influenced by the celebrity behind that particular scam.
You really got me. The reason Gina Reinhardt and Andrew Twiggy Forrest are used is because they're identifiably rich.
Yes.
Right? You see them on TV or in the paper. They're rich people, right?
I want to do what they do, yeah.
So when they're promoting, and AI is able to do deep fakes, so you see their face talking on a video, telling you that they did this and you should do this as well to make money, people are clicking on it. Now, you and I wouldn't,
of course.
Some people have.
Exactly. And I think I heard Tom Hanks also was involved in a couple of these scams too, and he spoke out, and he's got quite a presence on social media, and he was saying, look, if you see me talking about something, I never do it, it's not me, stop it.
And interestingly, there was it might not have been an American journalist, but there was a journalist in the conversation I had with Meta that said, why is this not a problem in America? Feels like Australia is a bigger problem than America. They didn't answer the question, but apparently these sort of scams are not as bad in America.
Really?
But anyway, the point here is Meta has announced that this year they are going to begin a trial of a facial verification system for high-profile public people / celebrities, right?
Yep.
So here's how it'll work. Stephen Fennick, high-profile celebrity. Let's call it Gina Reinhardt. It's probably better because he's a nufty. So Gina Reinhardt's people are going to log on her Facebook account and they're going to see a notification that says, we're starting this cool trial of facial recognition. Do you want to be in it or not?
Yep.
And she's got the option to opt out. But if she doesn't opt out, they will use the profile picture on her account as a way of saying, this is Gina.
Yeah.
and then they will cross-reference any video ad that is uploaded. So if an ad is uploaded
with her likeness,
it'll be blocked instantly.
So hang on, I've got a question here then. How are they, the deep fakes look pretty real. So how do they get around that? The deep fakes look like it's legit, right?
That's what they're matching. They're matching against a legit deep fake.
So but okay, so they're saying that if this is a deep fake, it looks exactly like you, but it's not you.
That's right.
Right.
So we're blocking the ad.
Right.
So if a scammer,
what about if she decides to do a video ad and she'll
it's
say,
her
it's
account.
Me.
It's fine.
Right.
It's her account. It's fine.
Right.
But she's not doing ads on Facebook.
But isn't
Gina's giving less money to Facebook than I am, and I'm giving them nothing.
Yeah. But isn't
since the double finger, which
since
my kids
the middle finger salute
show on. It's apparently in Google search. One of Victoria's friends has that as my profile pic.
Is that right?
It's great.
But isn't it if say Gina Righthart did want to do an ad, right? And it came from her account. Isn't it a massive red flag that there's a video of Gina Righthart coming from another account? Doesn't that say that seems strange?
That's the red flag. That's exactly what they're picking up.
Okay, no, but before the facial recognition, these were happening.
Well, they weren't looking at it.
Yeah.
No individual, no real person was looking at an ad, and no computer was looking at the ad.
Yeah.
They've had this technology. Now, I reached out to both Gina Rinehart's people and Andrew Twiggy Forrest's people, and it was interesting. Gina Rinehart's gave a response to me, which was pretty much, it wasn't even about time. It was just, this is a terrible scourge on society and it's horrible, right?
Yeah.
Andrew Twiggy Forrest was much more brutal. His people were like, this is rubbish. They've had this facial recognition technology for 12 years.
Yeah,
it's taken them too long, and basically we're still in court.
My reaction when I saw this story, and we both wrote it on our websites, my reaction to myself, no, I didn't write this in the story, was it's about time.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell have you been waiting for?
Yeah.
And the other half of this, we should talk about the other half, is account recovery. Now, how many emails do you get, and I get, where listeners say, I'm locked, I got hacked, I've been locked out of my account?
Just call Facebook, they'll fix it for you. Oh, no, wait, they don't have customer
right.
service.
Can't, unless you pay for it.
Yeah.
If you want to pay for your verification, you get customer service. Hey, see? But too big to do that if you don't have verification.
Yeah.
But this would help in that regard. So these readers and listeners who, they go through the normal channels, nothing happens. Now it's a case of them sending a little video selfie, and that's sort of part of the recovery process in the trial.
Yeah.
And it'll recognise you then against your profile picture and other photos in your account.
Yeah.
Which, geez, won't that make things easier? I've always said, biometric information, you can't beat it, can you?
No, you can't.
A scammer can't have your fingerprints in your face.
Let me give you the worst part. I said to them, so someone hacks into my account and takes control of it. I log on and so I've been logged out. So I go through the process of clicking buttons and doing a video selfie. In that time, if the person who took my account has changed the profile picture, it's no good.
Yeah,
because it matches it on the profile picture.
But won't there be the history of your profile pictures?
They're not checking that. They're checking the profile picture. So they'll have to evolve this technology because it won't work.
They've got the keys to the kingdom here. Why can't they just have a record of your profile
I
pictures?
said to this bloke from Facebook, Dave was his name, head of, trying to be better at this stuff is essentially his title.
Head of trying to be better at this stuff.
Yep. I said, so why can't you identify content in the same way? Best example is my Infinity Games table review, which I did, $2,500 table, which is being used. My video is being used on a bunch of scam Facebook pages as a $30 digital games table. Clearly a scam.
You get the cut.
Why? No. Why can't they identify that this was my video? I was the first to upload it.
Yes, right.
Why can't when I?
So you own that video, basically, don't you?
When I upload a video, I should be able to tick a box that says retain ownership of this content.
Of course.
So that it can't be reposted.
Do you need to tick a box to say that?
Well, some people might not want to. Think about how virality works. Some people want their videos to be stitched or reshared or recreated because they just want to go viral in that sense. So I think there's some people that might not tick the box. Okay. But I would tick the box for every video.
Right.
And I think Facebook could, in a heartbeat, take the video down. I said this, I think, last year. When we upload, we did a video version of the movie podcast, a couple of grabs from a movie.
Yes,
mate, the video hadn't finished processing, and I already got a copyright strike saying Warner Brothers or Universal or whoever the heck it was.
Yeah, because we had the quotes from the movie.
Because they're that good at analysing the audio.
YouTube,
and I'm pretty sure they're that good at analysing video as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So why hasn't Facebook implemented that?
Yeah, I know, mate.
They spend $5 billion a year apparently on all this kind of stuff.
Where is it? Yeah, where is it?
And they also make a butt ton of money off scammers because the scammers have to pay $20 at a time for all their videos to be boosted. Yeah. Multiply that out, it's billions of dollars.
Exactly right. I know.
He said in his defense, the guy from Facebook, that's not ad revenue we want. So I'll give him that.
But it's ad revenue they've still been receiving, though.
Yes.
We don't want it, but we've been taking it.
And the scammers will find another way around it.
Well, that's the problem, eh? The scammers have been able to find their way around the traditional verification methods, but now this is going to make it tougher. But still, you still need to take care. Two-factor authentication. You know how many times they contact us, they never had two-factor authentication. Their account's compromised. It just makes it so much harder. I think.
I said this to you before the show, didn't I? I got a message from someone on Instagram saying my daughter's had this problem, and I thought, listen, you didn't have two-factor authentication because you wouldn't have been hacked.
That's right. So I think that on top of this might help the situation, but I still think that just on the two-factor authentication, it's like anyone who, like if you've got a computer that doesn't have internet security software, that you're just asking for trouble. If you don't have two-factor authentication on your social media accounts, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah. Now, let's be clear. This is a good move by Facebook. Yeah. It's a good move. It's great technology.
Long overdue.
They should be harnessing it. But we're just saying, why did it take till now to do this? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the time, engineers, programmers will say, but it doesn't work perfectly. You know what? Yeah. This is the one thing that if it works badly, it's going to take down more videos. So what you do is you put in place a great process for advertisers. These are people paying money to say, no, it's my video. Trust me. Yeah. I'll sign my life away to it. Yeah. I'm paying you $50. Trust me, it is me.
Sounds logical, doesn't it?
And some evidence of that, maybe. Yeah. So you're better off taking down more than less.
My question is, you know how you remember when Apple came up with Face ID, right? And it was rock solid. It was so good that you can secure your bank account
because of the true depth camera. Okay.
Now, what's to say? What's the quality of their Face ID? This identification against. I remember early on when Face ID came out on some phones, you get a photo and it can unlock it with photo. Yeah. Right? So how stringent is? I know. I think you got to sort of take similar to when you set up your Face ID.
You're talking about for the video selfie account recovery.
Yeah,
that's a multi.
That's a video.
Face.
That's a video. That's not just facial ID, a photo.
And it's taking all your facial data,
a lot of angles,
and then using that to match.
Right.
But on the celebrity stuff, it's just using your profile pic.
Right.
I would suggest you're going to see better quality profile pics come from these people. Yep. And it's 50,000 people, by the way. It's not many.
In the trial.
In the trial, yeah.
Yeah. But they're going to expand it, aren't they?
Over time.
The word is that it's been going well. The trial's been mostly successful.
I can imagine it would be because the scams are so easy to spot.
Yeah.
You know, one of the journos on the call basically said, I don't understand how these things get to air, essentially. How do they get online? Has no one looked at them? They're so obvious.
Yeah.
They're so obvious. Why is no one looking at these things?
Exactly right, mate. How long have we been saying that? Like, you see these scams, they've been there. Like, there was one we spoke about, was on there for 18 months. It was on there.
Yeah.
And we all knew it was a scam, yet it was still on the platform.
Yeah. And it had been reported multiple times. Like, what are we doing?
Responsibility here. But put it this way. If I decided just for a laugh, I'll put a nude photo on Facebook.
Of yourself?
No, or just a naked photo of a nude, right? Whatever it is. I decide, boom, naked photo of someone, myself, whoever, right? It'd be down in 20 seconds.
So you're saying penis detection is very good?
I don't know. Well, they can detect nudity, apparently.
Nudity, that's a better way of putting it.
In an instant, right? Yep. Yet this other crap, they don't see it, which it just baffles the mind.
That's why
they're a multi-billion-dollar company.
That's why the theory everyone has is they don't because they make money out of it.
Well, there you go.
Well, and so the only way they can...
That's criminal then. That's criminal. If they know that it's a scam and they're thinking, we'll leave it there, we're making money.
That's essentially what Twiggy Forrest's court case is about.
Good luck to him because that's criminal. If they're knowingly leaving something there that's a scam, would you agree that they're complicit? That
100%.
What's going on?
Yeah.
They're siding on this because the scammers are paying them.
Imagine if he wins that case.
Mate,
because he's not short of a quid.
Why wouldn't he win that case? I know the American courts are different, right? But why wouldn't he win that case?
because
I know Facebook's an American company. Is there bias there? The American judge, whatever. I don't know. He's an Australian.
No, I think it'll just come down to legalese and whether or not the law truly does protect people.
Well, is your put it this way? If it wasn't Twiggy Forrest, if it was Kamala Harris, how soon do you reckon they'd rip that down?
Yeah, real quick.
So if it's an actor or a billionaire, what's the difference? That they're all trying to achieve the scammer's still trying to achieve the same goal and fooling people to click on it and invest their money or do whatever they want to do.
Yeah. And Matt, I'll tell you,
why are there degrees of difficulty here? There should be one in, all in, and it should all be done the same way.
Twiggy Forrest is angry about this, and
I've
only speaking to people 5 lengths from him.
Yeah,
and they were like
so
brutal about it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, rightly so. If that, mate, it's nowhere near what happened to him, but my Tech Guide site was imitated on Facebook.
Yeah,
my photo was in the fake site. I was looking at myself. Right now, their approach then was, they're not breaching community guidelines. Just block it. I went, these people are trying to scam my readers. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
This is what we're facing here, mate.
Yeah.
And it just honestly, you're thinking, and that's nothing compared to what these scams are and what people have lost money and lost all kinds of things.
Yeah.
It just honestly baffles the mind that a company this big and public is not more diligent.
It shouldn't take
vigilant.
my followers, readers, viewers to send me links to videos of mine that have been used by scammers for me to know about them. It should be at the very least, I should get a notification saying new video.
Did you know this? Yeah,
new video with you in it. Yes or no? I go no.
Yeah.
And then you could set a setting that says, do you ever want other people to use your videos? No.
That makes sense, mate. It makes sense. It's just...
and you can't tell me that technology can't be built in a day. That's a hackathon. These hackathons they have?
Exactly
that's a hackathon job.
Why? But also, too, and it's all done, it's all AI and it's all, no human beings are doing this, are they?
No.
Is that the problem?
Yes.
They need to have...
Staff would be good.
Get a desk of people.
Stop spending $5 billion on whatever you're doing. Just spend it on staff.
Employ people. Yeah. It makes sense when you talk about it, doesn't it? When we're talking about it, they're thinking, well, what? That's obvious.
The Australian government, we don't really have an unemployment problem. But if you had an unemployment problem, you say, listen, Facebook, why don't you just employ 10,000 Aussies at X rate?
And they can do it from home.
And they'll just click through, yep, no, yep, no. And then every now and then read an email from someone who's upset and maybe help them out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rocket science?
Someone's account's compromised.
Yeah.
And they can maybe help them out. Yeah.
So, summary is, great stuff. Well done, Facebook. Good news.
Yes.
But you got a long way to go. Yeah. And it took you far too long to get here.
Yeah.
Took you far too long. But you know what?
Better late than never.
I'm detecting, because this isn't the first Facebook scam style announcement. Remember the financial exchange thing the other week?
Yep.
So it feels like they've found their lane. It feels like they've gone, right, we need to focus on this.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg's gone off the rails. He's wearing stupid clothes. He's done his hair up. He's buying a Porsche for his wife that's extended limo version. I mean, it's just ridiculous, the money they're spending.
You can afford it.
I know, but you know what? There's a point where you go, mate, just calm down with the flaunting.
Okay. Is that what he's doing? Flaunting?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't strike me as that sort of guy, that sort of billionaire.
No, because he used to wear a hoodie and basically have a crew cut.
Yeah.
Now he's got his perm and his fancy shirts. He wears a necklace that he designed himself.
Is it a midlife crisis?
Yeah, maybe. His wife wanted a people mover with sliding doors.
Yep.
He took a Porsche to West Coast Customs and had them extend it and put sliding doors on it.
As you do. Yeah.
Buy a Kia Carnival, you moron.
What's their version? What have they got?
They got the Kia Carnival.
Have they got the Kia?
I think it's called something else, but it's the Kia Carnival.
Does an American car company have a similar vehicle or not? If he wants to buy a Cadillac or a Chevrolet or something like that?
Mate, they've got people movers everywhere.
Everywhere.
But I don't think...
He could buy a bus.
What's the name?
Is it Priscilla?
Oof. Is it?
Yeah, he could buy a bus.
He could buy a plane.
Yeah.
Probably not good for school drop-off, let's be honest.
Yeah, might take a few spaces up.
Chopper. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. He could have 10 of those.
Movie reference from Trev.
Where did you see this? Where did you see this?
Oh, Instagram.
On his own account?
Yeah.
Really? Flaunting?
Flaunting, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Flaunting.
Mark Zuckerberg flaunting. Who'd have thought of it, eh?
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
We should all report that content as against
Inappropriate-
community
inappropriate.
guidelines.
Yeah, but they'd say, no, it doesn't breach community guidelines.
I bet you any money
You can
there's
just block him.
There's a line of code in there that says if it's Mark Zuckerberg, just let it go.
Yeah, it's bulletproof.
Yeah.
That's right. Jeez.
Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Two Blokes Talking Tech is proudly supported by our good mates at Arlo.
Woo!
Arlo have just released their new XL Essential range. And the whole Essential range actually is worth talking about here. So the Essentials start at $159. So if you are new to the security camera market, then you can get started for as little as $159. That gives you 2K video resolution, 130-degree field of view. There's an integrated spotlight, two-way audio, like you're talking on the phone, can be used indoor and outdoors, battery-powered, colour night vision, and it also comes with the Arlo Secure plan. Now, I may have misspoke on a previous show. The Arlo Secure trial only runs for 30 days, not 3 months. 30 days. That's my bad. 30 days, and what that does, it gives you those smart notifications. It's got vehicle recognition as well. A lot of good features in there, but it's a 30-day trial. And you can also, too, they've just recently released the XL range of the Essential cameras, which gives you 4 times the battery life. And it's still under $100. $199, the Essential XL second gen, 4 times the battery life, same 130-degree field of view, integrated spotlight, 2K, indoor and outdoor, colour night vision, 30-day Arlo Secure plan trial as well. Check it all out if you're new to the security camera market at arlo.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen
All
Fenn.
right, it's time to go nuclear. If you thought what we said about Meta was bad,
We're going to go nuclear.
no.
Who said that? Who once said that? Was that a Steve Jobs line? You're going to go thermonuclear?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Doesn't sound Jobsy. But you could find out
Speaking
this
of
week
which-
on the best movies you've never
It's actually
seen.
next week.
Is it next week? It's
Yeah.
next week on
Yeah,
the
next
best
week.
movies you've
Yeah.
never.
Yeah, Nick, we're a week ahead, remember, mate?
Okay, well, thanks.
Did
for
you not
reminding
remember
me.
that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, we're a week
Oh,
ahead.
I
mate.
forgot last week because I nearly put 2 shows over one day.
Yeah.
That's
I've
why I
got to
need you to
discuss
double
how,
check
you
my
know,
work.
you were texting me about the we've got to put one in the bank, and I felt like saying there's already one in the bank, mate, but we need to put another one in the bank.
Yeah.
We'll talk offline about that.
It's probably a good idea.
But anyway, Steve Jobs' upcoming show on Best Movies You've Never Seen.
Yep.
The nuclear. The reason we're talking nuclear is because there was recently a story coming out of the US that Google,
Yep.
Microsoft, and Amazon are going to take on nuclear power to help them power all their massive data centers, which are now becoming even more essential because of the demands of their AI features.
Yes.
Now, AI.
This is a
now,
wild stat.
Yeah, AI. I think an AI search or an AI request. So you do a Google search. When you do your AI question or whatever you need to do with AI, that requires 10 times not only the processing power, if not more, but also the actual power to achieve.
Yes.
So you think about the amount of AI features now being bolted onto all the Microsoft's products, Google and Amazon. They are going to require not only much bigger data centers, but also more power to keep them online.
I think people really don't understand that we're talking about actual electricity. Like when you hear about all this
power.
stuff, Yeah, I know
Yes.
you've said it, but I think it really isn't something that sinks in. We heard it a bit about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
These Bitcoin farms were being created. They were just rooms of computers to mine Bitcoin, which is a real thing. But it used a lot of power because you're not using one computer, you're using hundreds, right?
Yep.
So, and again, it's kind of when we talk about Apple, right? They talk about a new processor. It does all these amazing things, but it uses less power, and that's how we get better battery life from a laptop.
Yep. Efficiency.
So there isn't yet AI computers that are efficient enough to not draw so much power that it is far more electricity intensive,
more power demanding
to make an AI request than a Google search. That's wild.
So the reason why they're discussing nuclear is because these companies they've got targets, they've got sustainability targets. They want to be carbon neutral, and they're seeing that sustainable energy isn't going to get them out of this jam right now, and they're thinking the short-term solution, and this is purely a business solution. You can talk about politics later. The business solution is let's go nuclear. I think one of the companies is thinking of restarting the 3 Mile Island plant in the US.
Right.
So they're thinking, well, we need to tap into this nuclear power because it's emission-free.
And also, here's the other thing, and this is something that governments are not doing, is these guys are talking about the future. They're talking about what do we need in 2030, 2040, 2050. And that's not a conversation that's happening here enough.
No.
Because if we were genuinely talking about what do we need in 2050, then let's do some calculations about the new number of new data centers, the number of electric cars.
Because Google and Microsoft,
the amount of
they've got data centers in Australia too, so they're going to ramp things up here as well.
We don't want all the AI processing, and there'll be laws around that as well.
Yeah.
We don't want that all to be offshore. So what conversations are happening, and can our current plan, which is to shut down a bunch of power stations and build some wind farms, is that going to cope with this AI and EV race?
I think not, because people at Google, Amazon, Microsoft, I think you could safely say they're pretty smart people.
Oh yeah,
and they're thinking of the best solution.
That's what I said on air on 2GB last week. I said, you know what? Here we are debating nuclear as a country when the smartest business people on the planet at some of the most expensive companies on the planet have gone, well, should we build? Because let's be clear, like Apple has funded solar farm. It's a weird thing, this whole green energy thing. You don't actually own the solar farm. You just buy all the electricity from it. You commit to buying it all, right? Yeah. So you commit to buying 10 gigawatts of electricity or whatever. These companies have committed enough to enough energy companies that they're going to build or continue to use nuclear power. Yeah. What are we doing?
Well, that's the
bugger
question.
all.
Yeah, that's the question, and that's okay. Let's get into the politics of it now. That seems to be something that Peter Dutton and the coalition's talking about as an approach to our energy solutions.
I don't think the Labor Party understand how much of an election winning prospect that is.
Potentially, absolutely, and when you look at it's a sheer business decision made by Google, Amazon, Microsoft to reach so that they can still reach their zero emission targets by going nuclear. Yeah, and look, I think what we've seen in the past is sort of nuclear has obviously got a bad name. There's the Chernobyl and all these other dramas that happened with nuclear. Yeah. But since then, I think the technology's improved. We could admit that it's those cases are just extreme where 200 things went wrong, and that's why that happened. Yeah, it's like, yes, that was a disaster, but we've heard about plane crashes, and we still fly planes every day. Like, they're not going to ban planes because one crashed. Yeah. So I think that there's still that scaremongering going on and correct me if I'm wrong, but nuclear plants need to be closer to the cities, not far removed, because the power you'll lose a lot of power.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And look, we're living in a country which is rich in uranium and all these natural resources that would power nuclear reactors from here till forever. Yeah, because we're exporting all that material at the moment. So look, it's a conversation, whether you like it or not, that I think we need to have.
I was trying to find, while we're talking, I read a script on air the other day at 2GB. One of the producers wrote it, and it was all about the cost of electricity. I can't find it, but the per kilowatt hour. Yep. And I'm making these numbers up, but it was so vast. It was like, on average, wholesale, we're like 12 or 20 cents. Yeah. The US is like 6 cents. Yeah, no, Sweden's like 3 cents. Yeah. We are paying through the nose. So really, to win the nuclear battle, you just need to come up and say, listen, let's not kid ourselves. Google, Microsoft, these big companies are getting behind this because they know it can cope with the needs of the future. That's what Australia needs. Yep. And our projections suggest that, it's going to be this. And my argument is this should be like the NBN. This is as much of a hot button as the NBN is. It shouldn't, because the NBN wasn't on budget. It never hit the budget. No. So the annual budget papers, we have deficits and whatnot.
Don't they say it's an asset?
That's right. Yeah. It was purchased as an asset. Yeah. So it's just sitting there that we spent this $80 billion. Yeah. I think nuclear should be the same. It should just be, the government's just going to spend $300 billion, and we're going to build these
chain of nuclear reactors to power the country. Yeah.
We own the power until such time as it can be sold off for
Someone needs
profit.
A vision. They need to have a vision.
Exactly, mate. Yeah. We need 10-year vision here.
Yeah, 10, 20, 30 year
And
vision.
let's be clear, we're both massive advocates for renewables, solar, batteries. I think it's all part of the solution. I think community batteries are a big part of the solution. Yep. But the fact is, mate, if Google's doing it, I'm like, come on.
If they can see it as solving two issues. It's going to help them get enough power, and it's also going to help them still stay within their emissions targets. So it's a business decision. This isn't a political decision.
No.
So if you take the politics out of it and just look at the sheer logic behind it, then it's got something going.
Interestingly, this conversation in other countries does not raise an eyebrow because it's not a political conversation.
They've got nuclear power plants in all parts of the world.
We're about the only country that's thinking this is weird.
Exactly.
Literally.
Like a lot are all around Europe, the US, Asia. There's nuclear power plants everywhere. And we seem to be, I think there's, a handful in Australia, if that?
Well, there's only one. There's not one nuclear reactor. It's at Lucas Heights.
Boom.
We don't have any nuclear power.
Yeah.
Zero.
So
yet we have all the uranium.
Isn't that weird? And we've got all the coal too, and they get rid of that too. But that's a dirty word.
Here's the other thing, though. Is it an election-winning issue if it doesn't have impact for 20, 30 years? You know what I mean? It's not going to change power prices tomorrow.
Maybe not, but you know what? The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. You need to start. Someone needs to say, right,
said no politician ever.
Yeah, I know, but if we don't start something now, then our great-grandchildren are going to be having to pedal a bike in the back room to power their house.
That's exactly what the Liberal Party should be saying.
Yeah. Well,
should write their scripts.
Let's go, mate. Let's do it. Let's go.
I don't think anyone. I wonder if you had a Google search, right, and there was two buttons. You wanted to search for something in AI, and there was two buttons.
Yep.
Use renewable or use nuclear.
Yeah. The renewable will take 20 minutes to give you a reply.
Correct.
Okay, and use nuclear was just instant.
Wouldn't that be a fascinating experiment?
Wow. Yeah. I'd say I know which button people will be hitting.
Well, I'll give you an example. We try and use this website to create social clips. Not very good at it. Anyway, so it used to take like hours, maybe 2 hours, and what you do is you have these credits. I paid for a bunch of credits, and now they've added a feature where I can go actually use a bunch more credits, do it faster, so I can get it done in like 15 minutes. Because my problem is I'm in a workflow. I'm in this mode now.
Yep.
If it's 2 hours later, I'm out of it. I've moved on.
Yep.
So I can now go
short attention span. Yep.
Yes, or just a lot of things to do.
Yeah, busy.
And so that to me is a really interesting thing. I'd love to know from that company whether or not most people bring that slider down and go, yeah, baby, give it to me. I want it fast.
That's a clip for social. Yeah, baby, give it to me.
I'm glad you said it on camera. It clipped on me.
Woo!
Woo! Because if we're truly anti-nuclear in that sense, then we need the option. We need a slider that says I want to be using renewable because Apple's about the only company that is so far down the road.
That's a good discussion. I don't think these companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, they don't have the environmental or the sustainability chops as Apple does. Apple's been at this a while. They're totally off-grid. They got their act together pretty early. Now, with the introduction of Apple Intelligence, I'm wondering what's going to happen with them. Are they going to need to have what they got now going to handle Apple Intelligence? Because I've got to. Let me tell you, it's going to be popular when they flick the switch on this thing.
Yeah.
And they're going to have as much demand, and their private cloud setup, they're going to have as much demand on that as Google, Microsoft, and Amazon are going to have. So what's going to happen there?
Well, it's kind of fascinating because nuclear is not by definition renewable because uranium is theoretically a finite source.
Right.
However, there's so much of the stuff.
Yeah.
It would be a long time.
Okay.
But it is low carbon, so there's no greenhouse gases, right?
Emissions,
So it's a zero emissions or a low emissions fuel. So what is the commitment from a company? Because Apple talks about being net zero.
Yeah, 2030, you know? Or sooner than that.
So it might actually help their goals if they could get a chunk, because they got to.
Perhaps
that may be one of the reasons Apple Intelligence is delayed in other countries, because they need to know.
Really, they got to ramp up the power.
No, that's exactly why I said it's not coming everywhere, because they need to know how much usage it gets, not because of power generation, but because do they have enough compute?
The demands on the data
Remember,
server.
the private cloud compute requires cloud.
Yep.
So if we overwhelm the cloud, they don't want it to crash.
Of course.
So they'll let America.
So they're sort of
they can get 300 million
US
people.
market.
We've got 100 million customers. 50 million of them have got Apple Intelligence.
Yeah.
How much demand is
how
there?
do we do it?
Now extrapolate that out and make sure we've got enough cloud
Create
for the
an
rest of the
algorithm.
world.
Yeah, sure thing. Understandable. Because I can understand. Imagine if everyone got it at the same time, it'd be everything. It'll be crashes everywhere.
Yeah.
So staggered launch, staggered approach is the way to go. Staggered. And staggering too if you've had a few drinks.
I've been bullish about my
Bullish.
like of Apple Intelligence since I've been testing it and mucking around with it, right?
Yep.
But there was one muck up the other day. I've got to find it, so bear with me.
You mentioned another muck up earlier. Have you forgotten that? Or
Oh, did I already do
you
it?
mentioned one mistake with Apple Intelligence in a previous episode
was
of the
it?
show. I can't remember now, but it was.
Was it Yankees?
I'm not sure.
It might have
but
been,
you did
actually.
mention. You did mention unless there's been another one. You did mention an Apple Intelligence mistake.
October 15. Is that 7 days ago? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So I probably did last week. Okay.
Maybe.
Forget what I'm saying. But
Maybe.
guess what?
Happened
Yankees in the Dodgers World Series.
Woo! How good's that? When's the last time the Dodgers were in the World Series?
2020 COVID year, we won.
Really?
But
You
a
won
lot
the
of-
World Series in 2020.
But there was only 60 games played, so a lot of haters.
It was the World Series light.
Correct. So
Right.
no Dodger will tell you this, but it really
Hey.
we kind of need to win it.
World Series is a World Series.
Well, that's true.
Everyone else played the same 60 games.
That's exactly the point.
Boom. So what are
This
your
is
chances,
huge.
mate? What do you reckon? What are the odds?
Oh,
What's
that's a great
sports bet?
question.
What's sports bet? going
Look,
happening,
I
mate?
would say it would be a very tight line right now.
Yeah.
I would say possibly.
first 3 games in Dodgers or Yankees.
I'm going to say 2 at Dodgers, 3 at Yankees, 2 at Dodgers. 7 games, best of 7.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
When does that kick off?
Saturday,
World
Sunday,
Series. Wow.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
And
I
the
think it is.
Chicago, not the Cleveland.
Cleveland Indians.
The Guardians.
Guardians. Yeah. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Giddy
Yeah,
up.
Australian time, 11 a.m.
Where can anyone? Do you need to be subscribed to
ESPN.
a service on Foxtel?
ESPN 1 or 2 will have it. Well, they did. They had every other post.
What time of the
season
day
back.
would that be?
11
Early?
a.m. 11:08.
How
Yeah,
good's that?
mate, I'm not going to get any work done next week.
So it starts when? Sunday. Monday.
Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and then
Nice.
Tuesday,
So 11
Wednesday,
o'clock
Thursday
this
next
Saturday, I
week.
can watch a World Series game.
Yes,
Oh, I'm there.
Game 1 at Dodgers Stadium.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're going to have your gear on, mate?
Oh, mate. So here's the thing.
You're going to watch it as you're going to have a family watch party?
Oh,
Or?
Harry wants to have some of his mates around.
Oh, why not?
I
might come around too.
yeah, come around. I wore the same jumper and hat, Dodgers jumper,
Yeah.
on GB the 2 times they won,
Ooh.
and I wasn't wearing it when they lost, so I'm just wearing that jumper all the time now.
Good on you, mate.
It's
You're
happening.
superstitious, eh?
I am now, yeah. World
That's good.
Series 2025.
What are the odds, mate?
Who cares?
What are the odds?
20. Okay. Oh, interesting. Dodgers 179, Yankees 207.
What? So Dodgers are favourites?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, yeah. They
I
are.
mean, we're the best team in the league.
Wow. What's the NRL equivalent? What's this, Storm versus Penrith or what? Is it
No,
that
this
good,
is
or-
this is. I would
South
say
Sydney?
the NRL equivalent is like Parramatta Canterbury.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Because they're
or
traditional
Souths and the
teams.
Roosters.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, like it's-
strong rivalry.
It's huge, right?
They've always had a rivalry.
This is
haven't they?
East versus West. This is
Yes.
This is huge.
Okay, big. Nice.
It's the oldest rivalry, and it's hated as well. A lot of
Yeah.
baseball fans hate it.
Well, I'll be getting...
But mate, they sold 57,000 seats at Dodger Stadium for 4 games in an instant.
Boom. And so it'll be all over by the time we go back to the USA. It'll be all done by
Yes.
then.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be getting a full rundown when I talk to my man John Stanley on Monday night, who's a rabid
so
Yankees fan.
This is feeling a private fee, but I'm going to fill anyway.
Yeah.
So Stanley rang me the other day. I was driving to Harry's baseball on Friday night, and he just rings me and goes, Stanley here. And he just told me this whole story about Shohei Ohtani. So he's obviously asked someone in the office to give him my number.
Yeah.
And then he ends the call by going, mate, I've got your number now, so it's great. I can just text you anytime, and it'll be someone who understands.
Great.
And I'm like, bring it on, because he's a Yankee.
Oh, he loves it. He
I'm a
loves
Dodger.
it. Mate, I'm in there with him Monday nights, and he gives you the rundown of everyone.
Well, mate, remind me on Monday to give you the whole rundown for the weekend,
He loves it.
so that you can be all
I'll have
in.
a chat. I'll chat with him about it for sure.
Right, two blokes talking baseball, and a bit of tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
And we do it all thanks to the great people at Netgear, netgear.com.au. It's where I go every week to have a look at their great products, just because they're beautiful. They're gorgeous products. The design of Netgear products is beyond belief.
They look nice, eh? Their new Orbeez look nice, tall.
Ever since the original
nice.
Orbeez came out, they've taken so much care
They're
and
like
effort into
sleeker.
the look of their devices because, look, not a lot of people want
They're in your house.
an ugly
Yeah.
router with cables and
flashing
antennas
lights and
coming out.
stuff. Yeah.
These are gorgeous-looking
They're
devices.
very elegant.
elegant.
And
Some of them are available in black too, so check out netgear.com.au for those exclusive specials. But there's a range of Orbeez solutions that will provide uncompromising whole home mesh Wi-Fi. So no matter what Wi-Fi you have now, Netgear is going to do you a better job because it's going to give you the whole home experience. So this is about taking, you've got the router, you've got the modem. This is expanding that throughout the whole home with a range of satellites. It might be one, it might be multiple, but it's giving you Wi-Fi everywhere at the speed you're paying for. You don't need to change your modem. You don't need to get rid of the ISP stuff. You just plug the Netgear Orbi into that, and Wi-Fi appears everywhere at the speed you're
From the
paying
front
for.
door to the backyard.
Yeah, right in the backyard. Even if you're sipping
in
margaritas
the
by the
backyard.
pool, you can be on Instagram
Mate,
doing
I
your
connect
best.
in my Astro shed on my Wi-Fi 7.
You are over-connected.
I am.
But that's what you can get to, netgear.com.au.
Everything about tech you never wanted to know. This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Oh, we're shutting down the laptops
As
now,
I
are we?
reach over.
Oi.
Oof. Oh, jeez.
Can I hold two?
Hang on, I'm just holding them
Share
all
the-
for a
share the
moment
load,
so we
mate.
can see the colours. Because that's my biggest gripe, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
They're your iPad minis, folks. This is the 7th generation, but it's known on Apple's website as the iPad mini A17 Pro.
Yes.
Why didn't they just call
Not
it 7th
seventh gen.
generation? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think they want to get the name of the.
Would have been so much
Which
easier.
one? I got the blue one. I like the blue one.
I have all of them,
Yep.
and I don't really love the colours of any of them. And this is the reason why. Look at the colours of the iPhones. They're beautiful.
So
They're
you reckon
vibrant.
They're not popping.
They
Like
don't
that.
pop. They don't
but
pop.
You don't carry this around. Oh, you can, I suppose, but that's in your hand all the time.
Yeah, but now compare it to your
Yeah, I
standard
guess.
iPad.
Yeah.
So
So you're saying that because doesn't the iPhone 16 have a special color bonding thing for the
well,
back
so this is
cover?
my thing. If you look at the cheap $599 iPad, it comes in more vibrant colour than these do, right?
Right.
Even the iPad Air comes in better colours,
yeah,
right?
The new colors.
So here's what I believe happened.
Yep.
And I read someone say, they made decisions based on supply chains. I mean, that's broadly what happened. But you got to look at it this way. Apple builds an iPad mini at a specific factory. They don't build the phone, the iPad, and everything in one place.
It's all different.
This is built in one factory. The one they were building, 3 months ago,
Yeah.
the 6th generation, well, they didn't have to change any tooling. They didn't have to change anything. They just
Yeah.
needed to go, right, change the side frame. We'll talk about why. Change the internal circuitry because we've got a couple extra things and
Yep.
just pump it out.
Right.
And also just squeeze these two colours in instead of those two. So the colours have changed slightly,
So
right?
you're saying this is an incremental upgrade that
Yep.
just using the same line, a couple of different colors, different side because
there's no physical SIM
card
tray. That's the first Apple device in Australia
Really?
with cellular connectivity not to have a SIM tray.
So your only choice is an eSIM.
Yep.
Even in Australia. Because
Yep.
isn't it true that in America you can't buy an iPhone
That's
with
correct.
a SIM card tray?
Yes.
No SIM card trays in America.
None.
And how long do you reckon before that's Australia?
I think we're a year or
Within
two
the
away.
year or two, yeah.
If it's not this year, it'll be next year.
Yeah.
But I
a
think
big move.
the market is not ready for it. I don't think we're quite there yet.
Yeah, we still like SIMs.
Just education-wise, it's going to be
Yeah.
a nightmare.
It is.
So no physical SIM is the only physical difference.
Yep.
It has Wi-Fi 6E,
6E, not 7.
and I noticed you gave it a big red cross in your pros and cons.
Yeah, it should have Wi-Fi 7. It's got the A17 processor, so why couldn't unless it's because the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro have Wi-Fi 7, but they've also got the A18 processor. So is that the case of or is it just the radio needs to be upgraded?
I don't know,
Yeah,
mate. I don't know. But here's the thing: incremental upgrade
yeah,
that has the chance of being a generational upgrade because the A17 Pro enables Apple Intelligence.
yeah.
So in December,
Which we can't review yet because it's not out till December.
this device
Yeah.
will have Apple Intelligence.
I love the fact that it also supports Apple Pencil Pro. I reckon that's a big attraction. Like my review was looking at who would use this. Who is it? A student? I think a student is good because it's the size of a notepad. I think gamers like it too because it's
Very
it's
handheld,
like
you
a
know?
gamer. You got small hands; it still fits in your hand. And right,
That's
so so a gamer.
I did say that in
think
my review, actually.
my-
I, said,
my-
I nearly said I had lady hands, but I said I don't have man hands.
the user who loves gaming, mobile gaming, I reckon iPhone's too small. But the iPad is too big. So this is
iPad's a great size
this
for
is
my
This is
airline
Goldilocks.
tycoon game that
This
I
is
play.
Goldilocks, I reckon, for some gamers. It's just the right size without being too unwieldy.
Goldilocks.
You know what I mean? It's just right for gamer. I mean,
Oh, no, I hear it.
and also too, like I've heard use cases, nurses, doctors using them on their rounds.
Pilots love them.
in the cockpit with their iPad Pros, iPad Minis.
How do you reckon they come up with the name cockpit?
I don't know. I don't know, Jeff. That's more a private conversation than this one.
I finally had a note where I could write that down.
There you go. We'll get your Apple Pencil.
No,
there you go.
I believe we have a piece of paper that tells us what we're talking about on the private later this week.
Yeah. Where'd it go?
I don't know. Where do I? Look, it went on sale today on Wednesday, which is wild to me. I was expecting to write Friday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It went on. I know. Which I'm just saying. We were recording this on the day it went live.
Okay, I was correcting myself to not give that away.
Inside Baseball. This is recorded on Wednesday. So while you're saying Wednesday on sale date, not Friday.
Yeah, that's
unusual.
Well, that's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Didn't you think that?
Yeah, it is.
I was on air last week, so I didn't pay attention to the press release. So I didn't notice that it was a Wednesday, not a Friday.
Yeah, well, did this launch have a sort of different feel to you? It was different.
There was something different about it.
Different.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. And look,
feels like maybe it was a new product marketing manager involved. They made some decisions to do it differently.
You mean in the US?
Yeah, right. Maybe.
But I think this is a sort of product that isn't going to take. I don't think this is going to sell as much as the normal iPad and the iPad Pros.
No,
and the iPad
this is
Air.
a product that has.
This is a real niche product.
But if you've got a 4th or 5th generation, this is the time to upgrade because this is a better design. 6, the same design as the 6, but it's a much better design than the rounded edge original style iPad.
Yeah,
I like the squared edge. It's a beautiful look.
I think also too. Someone raised this. Our man Tardis raised this on our socials. It's a good size for ebooks. So if you're a reader, you can do this. Kindle just released new Kindles.
Color.
Amazon released new Kindles last week. Color one that's not coming out till next year.
Honestly,
there is a Kindle app.
Can you tell me that an iPad's as good an e-reader as a Kindle?
Yes and no. iPad's color. B, the backlit screen's gonna affect your eyes
and
a bit
battery.
Worse, and battery life isn't as good as a Kindle as either an e-reader. So
you haven't sold to me then.
But there is the experience is a really rich experience with the animations and the whole thing. It's like you're reading a real book. The color screens, color covers. There is the Kindle app on there. So if you do own a Kindle and an iPad Mini, you can actually go from the Kindle to your iPad.
Yeah, pick up where you left off. Absolutely, yeah.
But I think if you want to buy, like Kindles can only be an e-reader, whereas an iPad can be an e-reader, can be a browser, can do everything else. So that's really up to the customer, but is a good size because look at the size of it. You can hold it in one hand comfortably. Yeah. You can easily read your book on there as well. Yeah.
I've put my iPad Mini that I own is over there. I actually don't know. I don't think the old iPad said iPad Mini on it.
Don't think it did either. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Lowercase m, did you respect that in your review?
No, we've made a decision not to respect anyone's cases.
Really? Yeah,
I did heavily in the magazine, I'll be honest, because I got one of my moderators, Matt Arnold, is a narc for grammar.
Right.
And
that's what you want in a moderator.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, he went through the magazine for me, found thousands of changes.
Really?
But like things like Motorola, the way they capitalize things, some car companies put things in capitals. And I was talking to Josh Dowling about it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't put it in capitals because he thinks they do that to make it stand out and shout. And I'm like, it's a tough one, right? I never put NBN in lowercase.
Me neither.
I think that's stupid.
Yeah, me neither, because it stands for something. It's an acronym.
Yeah, but that's how they write it.
Yes, they do too. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Isn't that weird? But in this case, I respect it.
I actually did respect the Mini because I think Apple kept prompting me to.
Yeah, Mini.
Funny that Apple spell check did it.
Yet I did the review of on Tech Guide and on my podcast, the EcoVax D-Bot X5 Pro Omni. Really nice.
Beautiful device.
But everything's in capital letters.
Very handy device.
Very handy device. But D-Bot, EcoVax is in caps. D-Bot's in caps. Omni's in caps. You know, Dave, I love you, but it's not going to all be caps.
Stick the capitals up your bum.
It's not going to be capitals, mate. You know, we love the guys at EcoVax, but you're not.
We're just capitalising the E.
You're not going to do caps all the time, mate. We don't want to be shouting at people when we're calling the name of your product.
I feel bad about I nearly said the name of the car, but one of the cars that has a big capital word in it in the magazine. I feel bad now. I feel like I shouldn't have capitalised it.
So
too late now.
So I think it's a case by case. So what is your stance again? Neutral or
my stance is do whatever the hell I want.
Do what you want. You got a style guide. So
I don't have a style guide. So last night when I was
guide.
typing the Apple headline, I wrote AI ready or something like that, right? And I looked at it and I went, that looks stupid. And I put a dash between A and I, and it went, oh, now I see what it says. Like it the A and the I needed to be separated for me to really see what it said.
Ah.
Anyway, so I went, yeah, I remember that. Scott this morning texted me. He goes, mate, are we just putting a dash now in AI? And I go, mate, I don't know. It didn't look right to me last night.
AI doesn't have a dash.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I
So
know
you
that
just,
now.
You just stuck it
I
in there.
put it in because it looked.
How many times you
It
typed
stood
AI
out better.
in the last
No, but
year?
in a headline,
Okay, yeah.
the way it was presented in WordPress looked stupid.
Okay.
But then when I looked at it on the site, because it's all capitalised, I decided to remove
So
it.
your headlines are all caps.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so Scott said to me, mate, you're the boss. I don't care. Just tell us what to do. And I went, mate, please. It's not like I have a plan here.
Yeah, you're
I'm
the boss.
just
keep,
doing
keep
whatever.
paying me. Is that what you
I'm
said?
just doing whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I think that do you reckon some companies are taking a bit of liberty by sort of trying to push?
That's what I'm feeling now. My regret is
Yeah.
around keeping one word in the magazine, which is written 3 times in a page,
Well,
as capitals, when it really doesn't need to be at all.
My style guide will be that it is how proper English should be. Capital letters, no full caps.
I personally
I
would
think
support
it
that
should
style
be,
guide if I
yeah.
knew proper English.
The other style guide too is I've just adopted the style guide from News Limited. The News Limited style guide about various spellings of words and numbering too. Numbering. So
If it's more than
1 to 9
it's
is spelt out.
10
Anything bigger
onwards
is the
numbers.
numerals. Yeah, that's.
I've adopted that as well.
That was
from
heavily. I was heavily taught to me when I was a cadet. The style guide. Yeah, follow the style guide, and you'd sometimes get like a sub editor come over and goes, according to the style guide, it needs to be like this. Like sub editors who took the time to sort of you're a cadet and sort of show you just for your own benefit. Next time you need to do it like this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They did it nicely.
Better to hear that from a sub editor than Rupert.
Exactly, or the editor. If the
Campbell.
editor spots it, woof, Campbell.
Campbell Reid wasn't
Campbell Reid was he was editor when I was
Can I get some acknowledgement
sports
for
editor.
knowing
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, he was. It's actually Steve Howard was editor when I became sports editor, and then Campbell Reid took over.
Still, I picked the name of an
Yeah.
editor.
How do you know Campbell Reid? How do you know that?
I don't know. Hadley,
What if
Jones.
he's a listener?
Well, didn't he go on to other papers? Or was that
No,
someone else I'm
he's
thinking of?
still at News. No, still at News. I
Okay.
think he's sort of very executive now, very
Okay.
high up now. But I knew him as an editor. I did a lot of work with Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair
I was sports editor when he was editor. Yeah, he was my editor when I was sports editor.
enough. All right. Well,
We
very
were like
good.
that.
I don't know how we got to any of that, but that is
Who
life.
knows? How did we get here, Trev?
Stephen's review of the iPad minis at techguide.com.au. My review of the iPad minis at EFTM.com. And thank you for putting that over my
That would have been
face.
funny if there was a face or something on it that I could have covered your face with.
Hilarious. Yep.
Yeah, hang on.
Hilarious.
My
It's definitely not going to work
my
with
touch
your
ID.
touch
Hang on,
ID.
let's see if I can guess your password.
Not gonna
4
take-
digits, only 4 digits.
Yeah.
Really?
Mate, 6 digits can get stuff.
I've got 6. So you only got 4.
Yep.
Even on your phone.
Everything.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. And my WhatsApp now has an encryption password every now and then, and it's the 4 digits plus another 2 important ones in my life.
Right.
Yep.
So your 4 digits. I'm not going to try to guess it, mate.
Now go on.
I've got no idea. What would your 4 digits be?
You got 3 chances.
That wasn't it.
Or 1 chance.
I don't want to lock it up.
No, 3 chances won't kill it. Also, I'm not using it every day.
No.
Come on, second chance,
I've
come
got
on.
nothing, mate.
You don't know anything?
Hang on.
No, that's wrong. That's 2.
Trying to think of the other one. Would be.
I'm feeling good.
Not this obvious. This would be very obvious if it is. No, I'm
Okay,
gone. I'm
very
gone. Woo! Very obvious. Yeah.
You just do my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's pretty good. But it's nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
All right, that was good. Great exercise
was
in
fun.
password protection. And 6 digits for security,
And
folks.
You need fingerprint to open up the iPad Mini.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just works like this.
And lots of.
Now I have to put it in so that
Did I change it? Ooh, they are. Funny enough, it's looking at EFTM. There you go.
What about I took specifically last night when I take photos and I'm doing an article for me and 9 News.
Yeah.
I do some photos with 9 News, some photos with
Yeah.
EFTM. I send all the photos to 9 News. They use the EFTM photos.
Great.
Not my problem.
Great.
The EFTM app down there, ready to go. Just launched.
There you go, mate. There you
It's
go.
in iPhone mode though. All right. Anyway, that's us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. It's been great to have all of your companies, and we'll be back again next week. I think.
Yes,
Should we do it
I
next
think
week?
So yeah, if I feel like it. Yeah. I'll make time for you, mate.
All right, buddy.
See you, mate.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.